Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another video. As always, my name is Soko, and this is my channel where I talk about anything I want. Today is December 25th, which is also the first day of Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah and also Merry Christmas to everyone. I didn't realize today was Christmas, so I feel fucking lame posting this today. But I got plans tomorrow, so here we are. Today, on this holly jolly holiday, I'm talking about something that isn't very merry and bright. It's more like sad and desperate, and that is pick me women. But I'm not talking about them in a way people might assume. I'm not talking about any specific woman. I'm not even making this video to hate on pick me women. Actually, the opposite, which is crazy, because I am making a video soon on Melanie Mack and her grift into the pick me outlet. Today, I want to talk about the phenomenon that is the anti pick me woman. But before we do that, we need to first learn about what a pick me woman is. A pick me woman is defined as a woman who seeks male validation and approval, often at the expense of other women. When I was in school, a pick me girl was someone who wasn't like most girls. Someone who probably hated the color pink or One Direction, but not for the validation of boys, but instead because society taught them that anything feminine was bad. Feminine things made them weak. So young girls would play sports or dye their hair blue or refuse to wear pink. They did whatever they needed to not be like most girls, to not be like a Barbie or a bimbo. Most girls like Justin Bieber, so these girls like sleeping with sirens. And they needed to let you know just how much they hated Justin Bieber or One Direction or pop music in general. And because so many teen girls were trying so hard to not be like other girls, they ended up being the same carbon copy they were trying to avoid. I remember being 13. I remember my friend group being a bunch of pick-me girls at the time. They didn't hate feminine women because they wanted men's attention. They hated them because they were popular, which was another huge thing back then when it came to being a pick-me. Slut-shaming feminine girls because they were cheerleaders who wore short shorts in gym, despite wearing the same length shorts outside of school. I remember my sister hating on these blonde white girls for how they dressed, even if she wore the same amount of clothes, but just in black. Because she didn't wear pink or white, she was able to wear that stuff without considering herself a slut. Because she had it in her head that she wasn't like those girls. Other girls are sluts who wear too much makeup and focus too much on their looks. And being around those type of people as a young, naive 13-year-old, I also started thinking in that mindset. I started to think I was different because I had blue hair and a half-shaved head. I didn't like feminine clothes and I had to pretend I hated the color pink, even though I had no opinions on it back then. Love it now, obviously. I started hating on the cheerleaders at my school, despite how nice they had been to me. I even shared those corny ass posts on my Facebook account. I didn't get out of that mindset until I think I was 15, and realizing that feminine things aren't bad. Pink is like the prettiest color ever, and dresses and makeup make me feel nice. That is how easy it is to get into that mentality when everyone around you is telling you that being feminine is bad. So I would never actually make fun of teenage girls who are just trying to find themselves and survive in a world where they're being told everything they do is wrong. Even now, even like when these young girls still exist on a certain niche of TikTok, one day they will figure out that life is more than just faking a personality to impress other people. That was what a pick me girl was over 10 years ago, though. Now in 2024, when you think of a pick me, you may think about being tiny or loud or rude. A pick me today is someone who only has guy friends because it's less drama, or someone who gets on podcasts and talks about how women don't deserve the right to vote or how they're only made to serve their husbands. You might think of Paul or the multiple content creators who make fun of pick me women, which is what I will be talking about later. When I hear the word pick me, I mostly think about how annoying the internet is. That phrase is becoming so overused that anytime a woman does literally anything someone doesn't like, they're called a pick me. Tara Yami gets called a pick me because she hangs around guys. Anytime a woman talks about not wearing makeup, they get called a pick me. It does not make a woman a pick me for not liking makeup. A pick me would be someone who says something like, I don't wear makeup like other women. I'm basically one of the boys. Women cannot do anything without being put into this niche group to be hated on. Hello Kitty girls, Taylor Swift fans, pick me women. There is no right way to be a woman, but no matter what you do, through the internet you will always be wrong. The term pick me woman was originally created to call out internalized misogyny in women, and now it's just being used to be misogynistic towards women, like most things on the internet. It's no different than when the manic pixie girl mockery was going around as a way to call out baseless characters who had no other personality other than being the main guy's love interest, but it was turned into an insulting thing against all fictional women who didn't conform. But Karen gone from a racist old white lady who asks for managers to just any woman who doesn't agree with you. That is why I will always be wary about whatever new term the internet comes out with as a way to hate a woman. I do think certain women actually deserve the pick me title, and I have videos about these women. Like I said earlier, I'm in the process of making a video on one right now. But even when women are being normal and not hating on other women, they are still being accused of being a pick me, making the original definition lose its entire meaning. Women are allowed to not like makeup or feel too lazy to dress up or want to play sports or want to have guy friends. Women are also allowed to love makeup or dressing up or hating sports or having no guy friends. Me, like, once again, there is no right way to be a woman. We go around talking about being a girl's girl and female empowerment, but it's all just a gimmick because as soon as it comes to a woman they don't like, that mindset no longer applies. Because now you have women on the internet calling influencers pick me women solely because they are jealous of them, solely because that title makes them feel better for hating on a woman. I mentioned Tara Yummy, I don't know how you say her name, earlier, and I want to go more into detail about her because she is the latest victim of the pick me accusations. Yummy is an influencer with 1.9 million YouTube subscribers, 8.8 million followers on TikTok, and 2.9 million followers on Instagram. So TikTok is her main social media platform. Overnight, Yummy seemingly blew up. I couldn't even scroll on Instagram without suddenly seeing fan edits of her or comments talking about Yummy is a mindset, whatever the fuck that means. But it's just as quick as she became the new it girl, she lost all of it. Yummy is still thriving, don't get me wrong. But suddenly people started to hate her. She was suddenly overrated and talentless. But the one accusation she got the most was the pick me title. And you can find her yummy annoying. Yeah, she tends to like all the attention she gets from men. She seems to be selfish and rude and just kind of overall an irritating person. But that doesn't make her a pick me. That just makes her aggravating. Labeling her as a pick me is a lazy way out because all the clips and evidence I see of her being a pick me is just her being cringe. Not once do I see her putting other women down to try to make her annoying male friends laugh. Yummy isn't a girl's girl, but she isn't a pick me either. She's just there. Which is what a lot of celebrities are that get slapped with that title. Taylor Swift, Sabrina Carpenter. Even Olivia Rodrigo, a celebrity woman I have heard get called a pick me solely because it's easier to label them as that than to admit you're just kind of jealous of them. The reason I wanted to make this video was because I am seeing an abundance of videos where people are mocking pick me girls over and over again, and it's so exaggerated in ways that just blow everything way out of proportion. I saw one specific video that really annoyed me, which I'm going to talk about more later. But first, I want to point out the hypocrisy of these videos because most of the creators I've seen, this is their top content. The thing that blew them up and put them on the map was making fun of other women. If all your content is based on pick me girls, you are the pick me. Like all your content is tearing other women down online so that you can get attention from strangers. Gee, that sounds familiar. If you are shoving these negative stereotypes about a woman at people while making them completely insufferable, acting like there is actually women that's bad out there, that is the issue. Because I have met women in real life who genuinely say dumb shit like, I only hang out with guys because it's less drama. But the way these women portray it is crazy. That stuff doesn't actually happen. It's portrayed in a way where it's so satirized that you no longer feel guilty about being a misogynist. Oh, these women are annoying and misogynistic, so I don't feel bad for them. I'm allowed to insult them because they're insufferable. There's a few accounts that like I'm thinking of and I'm putting them on the screen now. And these are big accounts. Most of these accounts, most popular videos are mocking pick me women and women in general. And the reason these are the most popular videos is because of misogyny. And I have nothing against most of these creators, especially because some of this content is a few years old, but people still make this content today. Earlier, I said that women are going to be judged no matter what they do, and the pick me trend was just a way to hate on women without being seen as misogynistic. The video I came across the other day that made me want to watch this video was an autistic actress who was stimming at an event. Unsurprisingly, the comments were full of other women calling her quirky and accusing her of being a pick me or not like other girls. That is misogyny. Because we want women to think or act a certain way. When they don't fit in at a binary level, we label them a pick me. Men are allowed to be high spectrum autistic. Men who act like this are perceived as innocent and clueless while a woman is being insulted, a woman is being called a pick me girl because she is having autistic stims. Not once does Chloe Hayden make fun of other women in this video, nor does she look for the validation of men. She does nothing but just exist while having autism. This is what I mean when I say that using certain keywords does not make your insults any less misogynistic. These are women in her comments saying shit like this, attacking another woman unprovoked, while also thinking they are doing so much to defend their gender. Before I end this video, I want to also talk about two specific creators today, but not for very long. The reason I want to address these two specifically is because to this day they are still making content that is specifically made to make women look bad. Juliet Wegg and Justin Fuco, I think. I wanted to talk about Juliet because she's 21 years old and still tearing down women at her big age. And I don't even want to say women because a lot of her videos are attacking middle school girls, like middle school, like 13, 14. You were 21 years old. Like, you are making skits where you want people in the comments to talk about how annoying this over exaggerated persona of a child is. 21 years old. Almost every single one of her shorts for the last 2 years has been just mocking women for validation online. Like, I don't know how you don't see the irony after making 100 videos, putting on a fake voice and cosplaying as a pick-me, and you might be like, oh, well, you're also shit-talking women right now. No, I'm not. I ain't targeting women. I'm talking shit about someone who just happens to be a woman. That is the difference. Moving on to Justin, who I can't stand. I think the thing that bothers me the most about this specific creator is the fact he is a gay man, but nonetheless still a man. Men throwing a towel, a shirt, or even a wig on the head to mimic women is nothing new. It's misogyny disguised as a joke. But this is a little worse since it's directly attacking like specific women. I mentioned this in my Chappelle Young video, but I'm going to get a little more in depth with it. Throughout the years, gay men have been allowed to get away with misogyny more and more as time goes by. They think that because they are feminine, they are allowed to openly hate on women. But a gay man is still a man. So a gay man putting a costume on his head to mock women, no matter how much you might not like those said women, is still misogyny. But once again, other women will let it go because everybody hates pick me women, so it's okay. It's okay for this gay man to be a villainized mimic of a woman, and he will get cheers and attention despite it being misogynistic. That is the damage the internet does when it comes to women. That is the end of my video, and thank you for listening to me yap. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and feel free to like or even subscribe.